Live at 5, it's offer review, and we've got a bunch of interesting stuff to talk about today. First thing we're going to talk about is that there's going to be a new community manager for Marvel Strike Force. His name is CM Archangel. Now, my understanding is Cerebro is moving up, and he's going to take on different roles. There's still Lori, and now we're going to have CM Archangel. Looks like he's an active member of Marvel Strike Force. Like there's a whole story about his alliance, and he's an alliance leader and how he's active. And I think he's a 15 million collection power player. Word on the street is that he has been watching offer review, just like you're watching right now, for the last 2 years. And he saw me mention that there was a job opening for the community manager. And because I mentioned it in offer review, he went and applied for the job and got the job. So I'm going to say this now. If it doesn't go well, it's not my fault. I had nothing to do with it, because everybody wants to blame me if it doesn't go well. But anyways, we'll see if it makes a difference or not. I'm optimistic that at least he's a player first. It's not like he's coming from a community manager position at another company. He's coming from outside the industry. He was a player of Marvel Strike Force, and now he's going to be a community manager. So hopefully that is good. We will see. Hopefully he has some power to make some changes. That's typically the problem that I've seen with community managers, is that, you know, I interact with them. They agree with me. They think what I'm saying is great, but then the person that can make the change that they're talking to doesn't listen to them. Has been a recurring story that I've heard, or it's just the way things work. But anyways, welcome to Marvel Strike Force Community Manager Archangel. Best of luck with that. Also, we're getting some information from Imball TV and also from Lori, Community Manager, via Tana. Tana asked a bunch of questions about the Gambit raid. Now, keep in mind the Gambit raid is for 2 weeks. One of the questions that was answered by Lori is that this is not going to be a recurring event. And she specifically says right here, the Gambit will run for 2 weeks. We have no plans for it to recur. And more importantly, I think, is that we're all questioning, you know, because there's going to be normal difficulty, and then it's going to go difficulty 1 through 9. What are going to be the suggested, you know, because there's going to be these modifiers on it too. So it's going to be a little bit harder with the modifiers, because, you know, part of the stage has 1 modifier, then it goes 2 modifiers, 3 modifiers. Final boss will have 4 modifiers, depending on what lane you're running, how those modifiers will work. But they're saying difficulty 6, which is difficulty 6 is the last one that has a 60% completion to get the first time rewards. Gear tier 14, difficulty 7 and 8 looks like gear tier 15, and difficulty 9 is gear tier 16. I'm imagining that will be very, very tricky, actually. So plan accordingly. Now, I think that there's 2 points of view on this Gambit raid, and I have a little bit different raid. I just want to, I'll speak for myself, but I feel like most people are pretty not really looking forward to this event, and I feel like it's in kind of a contradiction from what they said almost a month ago about streamlining existing raid content, because we've been getting new game modes like Cosmic Crucible. So we're gonna have to see what that means. Blog post is tomorrow. Hopefully we get some more information in the blog post about that. Maybe they will, maybe they won't, because we're expecting a patch next week on Tuesday. But right here, as if alliance leaders don't have enough difficult time with the day-to-day running of alliances, recruiting, forcing them now to go through with every single member's roster with a fine-tooth comb to find everyone a perfect lane for a measly 2-week rate is garbage. Plus, playing the game all hours of the day to remain competitive. The event is completely tone deaf, cause nothing but friction within alliances. You guys should be encouraging cohesion with alliances, not creating events that divide them. Now, before I give my thoughts on this, you know, like, I'm a couple things. Like, there's 2 things that I'm really worried about this event. One is that it's going to be buggy, and like literally the event's coming out like a week from now, right? Somebody right now at Scopely could be play testing this, making sure that it works correctly. Oh my God, what a thought. Someone could be testing it right now to make sure that it's not buggy on release. I hope they are. And secondly, I hope that it's not heavily monetized. We're going to talk more about that as we go through this. and that it's going to feel scummy, right? You know, because of they mentioned that you're not going to be able to use existing raid heals. Maybe you won't even be able to heal characters with power cores. Maybe it'll be a different currency. Maybe it'll be fully monetized. We will see. That being said, what I am happy about, without playing this yet, without knowing how it's going to play out, without having a chance to judge it, I'm glad for something new. Oh my God, I am so incredibly bored with the Gamma raids, the Greek raids, the Doom raids. It is so incredibly boring, and I'm just thrilled to get something that is not that. Whether or not this is good or not, I don't know yet, but at least it's not. I'm just, something new is something new, right? And the jury's out on how it plays out, and if it's buggy and it's monetized scummy, yeah, I'll complain, but we'll get there when we get there. Let's move on. I love farming unwanted nodes. So I just want to bring out that the way that this Pride event that's working right now, you get points for spending campaign energy and then opening orbs. And you can get orb fragments. There's bonus nodes right now that give orb fragments. So what this person is saying is that those are not typically nodes that maybe you want to farm. I mean, everybody's farming for different things. Kind of forced into farming stuff maybe that you normally wouldn't. If you want to optimize this event. So that's what this post was here. I talked about it yesterday in an offer review. Then you don't need to stockpile resources. And this is why I'm skeptical of the Gambit raids coming forward. This raid will have its own dedicated resources for energy refills and heal revive. So you don't need to, or you can't stockpile resources from other raids to to prioritize this for this one. Oh, thank you, Scopely. I was really worried I might have to save up my raid heals to make a grind a little bit easier. But instead, I'm sure you'll bless us with $100 offers, or I believe that's £100 offers, same difference, to heal up one character's bargain. Take my money. See, that's what I'm skeptical about this Gambit raid, but at least it's something new. There should be training mats in the ISO 8, the ISO campaign nodes. I agree. I'm running into a severe problem with training materials. I'm sure it's just me. And I'm almost completely out of training materials. Yes, I'm sitting on stockpiles of gold. It is what it is. Then lastly, Scopely, please reduce the screen time. Don't increase it. And that was my objection with the Gambit raid in yesterday's video, is it doesn't seem like that very lengthy post explaining how we're going to have this new raid where you have to use these random characters with no synergies in these 4 tiers, and you're going to go into different lanes, or each lane every day will have different characters. There'll be a varying difficulty depending on the difficulty level that your alliance sets, and the modifiers will be different depending on what part of the lane you're assigned. And everybody have different modifiers going through the lane. That doesn't seem like streamlined at all. That doesn't seem streamlined. We'll have to see. And because a lot of people are saying, please reduce screen time, don't increase it. We will have to see. But on the flip side, I'm still happy that we're getting something that is not boring like the old raids for sure. Let's move on to offer review. Now, something cool about today is that there is the Bendy Girl and Scarlet Witch, whatever it is, the Ms. Marvel Scarlet Witch event. Looks pretty reasonable to go through it. If you're able to finish the event, which requires, to get through all of the event, is a 7-star Scarlet Witch, 7-star Ms. Marvel. There's actually some pretty decent rewards in there. Just off the top of my head, it was like 1 million gold, a lot of T4s, a mega orb, 300 SBCs just off of the top of my head. So it looks like it's a relatively player-friendly event. And then, of course, here in offer review, there's going to be some offers to facilitate people that maybe don't have a 7-star Ms. Marvel or Scarlet Witch. Super savings here at the top. So this right here, I feel, is that they're just capitalizing or trying to recoup some of the, I don't know if that's the right word. But anyways, everybody got a lot of SBCs that purchased those offers from that glitched web store offer a couple weeks ago, where they were offering entire fully crafted pieces instead of fragments. And a lot of people now, including myself, are running into problems with some of these catalysts. And so they're selling the catalysts, pick your bio gear for Pride, and then we got the different catalysts. Pride Mutant Gear offer, same situation, right? And then right here, exclusive offer, we've got the one of the initial Gambit offers. If you want right now, this is also concerning to me. So basically, you know, if you wanted to purchase Gambit, they give you up to $225 worth of offers. This $50 offer, $100 offer, and then a second $75 offer. But there's no other way to core it. They didn't give any of the free-to-play players an option to core. I don't know if they're going to have any other means. And because one of the things is that this Gambit raid is going to award Gambit orbs. And according to that post where Lori was talking to Tana, there's going to be a guaranteed Gambit shards in each one of those orbs and so on. So I think they're trying to make this event important. And in some ways, I mean, we're going to go back in time, but remember way back when there were raids to release characters. Now, it was Thanos and Deadpool, if I remember correctly, were raid release characters. And there was, I do specifically remember there being controversy with the Deadpool raids because they were 2 hours long. But I think they modified that, made that like a normal 24-hour release. And in general, the community welcomed raid release characters once they were not the 2-hour release. So it is what it is. Let's move on. Move down on to what else we got right here. Dual Brotherhood team offer, 180 times 4 for the Brotherhood team for $35. Do what you got to do. It's amazing to me that these three characters plus Magneto seem to continuously get a lot of play given how old the team is. They still seem to be viable in certain situations. Just Magneto going first and putting blinds out is a good thing in certain situations. This offer confuses me. Cluster of power cores, save 10%. So basically, it is exactly that. There's 25 extra cores. Like if you do the math on the difference between the $2 offer that's always there and the $5 offer that's always there for power cores, you're getting an extra 25 cores. I still believe if you are buying in bulk, you know, the $100 offer or whatever is a better deal than this right here. So it's not really fantastic. I'm not going to be getting into too much depth on these offers for these milestones. I'm not really a fan of them. The one thing that I will say is that this particular offer is a progressive offer. It says right here, purchasing this offer will grant you access to another daily deal. I don't have any screenshots of that. I don't know if that's something of interest. If that's of interest to you, put it down in the comment section and I will get that information from my chat and bring it up in tomorrow's offer review. Let's move past all of these. This is here for the Dragon Balls, another event. It seems like these events are literally just convoluted offers at this point where they make getting to the last parts of it very difficult to achieve. Now, somewhat we're going to get down. There's actually a one core offer, and we're going to get to that. We're going to talk about how it's different than the A-Force event, than this event. We're going to get there, but there is a one core offer down at the very bottom for today. There's the $75 Gambit offer. Again, this is pretty horrible release method, in my opinion, where you do have Gambit shards and Gambit orbs, but this normally wouldn't sell for $75, but they're packaging all this other stuff that you may or may not want. Maybe you just want Gambit. I don't know. Anyways, T2 level 4 ion offer. Boy, they are making this so artificially scarce. You need about 750,000 to get a character from Blue ISO 3 to Blue ISO 4, you know, for a 12% stat boost on everything but damage and a 2% damage boost. My goodness, it's pricey. So you'd have to buy this offer literally like 3 times to achieve that. So here is your solution. If you want to complete the event and the rewards are live, and you can see if it's worth it for you to spend $15, if this will help you get her up to the next star level or whatever. 180 shards plus a mega orb. Mega orb is probably worth about $5. Not the worst pricing. I feel like this is relatively fair pricing overall. She's important. And not only is she important, she's a part of Young Avengers, which is a good defensive war team. I've got a lot of use out of Young Avengers inside of Cosmic Crucible, but also they're going to be used on nodes 5 and 10 in the next Scourge event to unlock Rogue. So there you go. Now, Scarlet Witch is useful as a 5th member on the Darkhold team. The team is more optimal with Dormammu. I kind of feel like they did her dirty with her rework. If you see how powerful she was in the Doctor Strange 2 movie, she just does not feel like that in this game. Anyways, if this will also help you with the event, there you go. And you also get a Mega Orb. The Mega Orb's worth about $5, and then you got 180 character shards for the balance. Relatively okay, but the only place that I use her right now is I do use Scarlet Witch in Blitz, of course. I don't use her in War, but I do use her in Cosmic Crucible. I've been splitting up my Darkhold and been putting Dormammu in a different room. Dormammu in room 6 with new warriors and like Silver Surfer, something like that. And then I've been running a full Darkhold team in like room 2. Some people have been running some of those other rooms, but it is what it is. So that's the only place I'm currently using her. So we've got Gambit Offers. I do like this one right here. This is 1,000,000 gold plus 4 gold orbs. Excuse me. Oh, vampire sneeze. And then it's for $10. They have another offer which has twice as much right here, but it's 2.5 times, which kind of bothers me. It just right here, $25 for basically twice as much stuff, but it costs 2.5 times more. It just drives me insane. I mentioned this yesterday. This is the new mini unique that came out with Morgan Le Fay, also used for Gambit. You need 61 of these to take him to max gear tier level. And then the teals, there's a teal version of these also. You need 18 of those. There's a purple one, but you can get the purple ones out of raid orbs. The question is this: is Rogue going to use a brand new 13? We call these 13s. Is Rogue going to use a new 13 or not? So some people are saving their orange raid orbs and their teal raid orbs and waiting to open them until after the patch, just in case Rogue is going to use a brand new unique. There's also the possibility that she will also use this one. We don't know. It has not been disclosed yet. Anyways, let's move on. Trash. That right there is basically you can buy that 4 times and almost you not even have enough to fully T4 Gambit. Looks like he's going to need almost all the T4s if you're going to use them in Cosmic Crucible. From what I can see, at least 3 out of 4. All of this stuff is kind of garbage. Let's just scroll through this real quick, and I want to get to this is okay if you need the green ISOs. This is okay if you're flushed on SBCs and you just need catalysts. And then this right here is not the offer I prefer. If you're looking for T3s, occasionally there's an offer for $5 that has 100,000 fragments, and that is a good way of getting T3s if you need training ability materials. And then also I want to go down here, and the reason why I want to go down here is I want to talk about this event. And someone brought it up to me, and I think they made a valid point, but they said that in last month's A-Force Emblem event, they were, for Spider-Woman, they were giving 400 instead of 300. And someone, they said, is that going to throw off the math at the end of the month? Here's the thing. At best case scenario, this Dazzler event will mirror the Spider-Woman event from last month. But we don't know that. They may have recalibrated it. And if they recalibrated it, they probably didn't recalibrate it in the player's favor. I believe that they would make it more difficult. So someone was just pointing out that is this going to make it harder? We don't even know if it is harder. Probably. I don't think there's any situation where it's easier. At best, it's going to be the same as last month. In fact, I probably believe it's going to be modified to even make people have more shortfall and to incentivize that last minute spending to get the last milestone. But anyways, let your alliance mates know that there's a 1 core offer. You don't want to miss these. It's 1 core, you know what I mean? And I know some people last month were just a couple fractions short of finishing the event. And a lot of people believe that had to do with missing one of these 1 core offers. I believe that's the second one we've had. So I don't know. But they've been popping up intermittently for sure. Not very predictable. We're going to toggle over to the free-to-play account, and we're going to just scroll through here quickly and see if there's any duplicate offers. I do like those. Okay, here we go. Mercenary Team Bundle. So once a month, there is a payday event, which if you've got 5 mercenaries at 7 stars, you can get 5.4 million gold, and that event reoccurs on a monthly basis. This will help you do that. Absolutely. So if you haven't maxed out that event yet and you're working on maxing out this event, this is a way of doing that so you can get that gold on a monthly basis. Are these characters good? I'm afraid not. I mean, there's limited use for these two on defense and war. Well, maybe Korath too, but like these two guys, I don't know that I use. I just they're benched. It's a very the purpose of this offer is for that monthly payday event. All right, let's keep going and see if there's anything else here worth talking about. And I think we're gonna wrap it up. Again, I'll be live on Twitch tomorrow, 3 hours before offer review, which is Surfer Reset. So in Nevada, California, oh, we got to buy this. That is at 5 o'clock is server reset, but blog post happens at 2 o'clock. So 3 hours before the normal server reset, I'll be live on Twitch to review the blog post. Hopefully we get some new information. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Keep on gaming.